I made 11.1k in one single day. Here's the proof and here's the net profit margins. And I'm going to be showing you guys how you can do this with branded AI. Now, what can you expect from this video? We're going to be going through a full step-by-step breakdown, the exact prompts I used, me doing it exact in lifetime with you guys in practice, examples of this in practice and in real time, and the implementation of it. So let's get started. So here's again revenue and the profits, but the step-by-step breakdown. The first thing we need to be looking out for is our market. Our market is our product. You don't need a new product. You need to find a good market. Now, when we're going to be looking for markets, we're going to be checking for AI and ChatGPT. That is what we're going to be using to find our product, and we need to be using good product economics. Now, what are product economics? For example, shipping. For example, that the product is lightweight. For example, that it's easy to ship. It's not like some illegal stuff or some explosive goods. For example, that it's appealing to mass customer. For example, that it's evergreen, etc., etc. Right? These are product economics. These are the things you want to focus on. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to open ChatGPT here. Now, this was literally me implementing it in another brand here, which I will not be going into. Now, I open a new chat. I'm going to go to our prompt here, and what I'm going to say to ChatGPT is, as a broad and dropshipping expert, just copy the first prompt to find a niche. I'm just going to copy it in here and I'm just going to paste it. Now, ChatGPT comes with these 5 niches: hair loss, acne, body posture, teeth whitening, and jawline definition. What we're going to do is we're going to go and we'll just take the acne and skin clarity, teens and young adults. And then what we're going to do after that is that we're going to be looking here when we use AI and ChatGPT for Amazon. Now, the reason why we're going to go here for Amazon is we're going to literally just paste it in here. What you will find is a lot of these other products. Now, with this, what you can do, you can see the types of products, because when we are going to be using our solution is going to stay the same, but we're going to have to change something, right? Now, that is going to be or our product or our angle. Now, when we go back to Amazon right here, right, what we have is a lot of the times is just one singular type of product. It's usually some skin issues, like they use cream, acne face cream, or like a serum, etc., etc. But to change it up, if we were to come here, if we were to change, for example, our product, what we would do, for example, is that you take gummies that are going to give you biotin, which will clear up your skin, as an example, right? And then we can, of course, also change the angle. Instead of selling for acne, we're going to sell for breakouts, or we're going to sell for something along those lines. Now, to find a product that is going to be in this acne niche, what we're going to go do is, again, go back to the prompt, take the prompts that we have here, and then just paste it in here. And after that, the niche part here, you need to fill out with, let me just go check what the niche was. It was called acne, acne and skin clarity, and just paste it in there. Now, what this is going to do, ChatGPT is going to be looking for products that are, for example, going to be solving an insecurity. It's going to be small, lightweight, following our product economics. It's going to be able to sell to mass majority of people, following our economics, evergreen product, etc. Examples of other brands. It's going to give us links of these brands, and it's going to also give us the monthly traffic, etc. So we know, like, okay, we can go into this and we can go to that. Once again, like I said, you can change the solution, which is the solution stays the same, my bad. Or we can change the angle, or we can change the product. Now, we already see here, pimple master patch. Now, what you saw here was no fucking pimple patches, but this is already a different product that we can go into. Now, this is the first thing we have. Then we have here ordinary asset solution, blue light acne pen. I've never heard of that one before. Extractor tools, and then we also have oil control pads. Now, we have the product links. Now, I think we'll just select the first one, which is going to be the pimple patch, because it just seems the easiest way to go for. Now, we also get from ChatGPT why these work so exceptionally well: high emotional impact, each attack a specific industry, insecurity, my bad, visible spot, oil, or the texture. Now, that is completely right, because with this one, for example, you're looking for a clearing serum, and this one is just a quick overnight fix, right? This one you could sell to people again and again, and that is going to be, for example, on a subscription basis, going to be possible. This, for example, is not going to be doing that. Now, this also would not be really available on subscription, because it's just something you buy once, keep using it, etc., right? And then we also have a summary table here on which insecurity they're actively attacking. Now I say the best thing we do is we just go ahead and find the master patch, which is this one here. It has a insecurity which it solves, like, you know, quick fix for your pimples. Use it overnight, you sleep with it, it's done. It's lightweight and small, what we want. Market wide appeal, teens to adults, everyone can use it. Exactly, evergreen, daily skin, perfect. And as we can see, for example, costrx.com sees 410,000 visits a month. If they see around 410 visits a month, they should be doing at least 200k minimum. Now, the next thing that we need to do, once we figure out which product we're going to use this product, which people are not using. So we stick to the same solution, right? Which is solving the acne or solving the skin issues, acne and skin clarity issues that people have. And what we're going to be doing, we're just going to be changing the product. So the next thing we have after our market and product is our ICP. Now, what is our ICP? ICP literally means ideal customer persona. So I wrote this out here. Let me just make it a bit smaller so you guys can see it. Now, ideal customer persona is basically the ideal customer you would be selling to, ideal buyer persona. Now, why do we want to know this? We want to know who they are. We want to know what they do, right? So we can get to know more about our customer. What are their struggles? What are they scared of? What are their fears? What are their objections, right? And what is their why? Why do they want to, you know, get rid of their skin or, you know, get skin clarity or get rid of their acne? Why do they want to do all of these things? So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our prompt, and then we're going to take the ICP part here, and we're just going to go and take this, and I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. What I'm going to do here, instead of what it said here, like this product, I'm going to say this CosRx patches, pimple patches product. And what we're asking here is their age, their occupation, just so we have an idea, just so ChatGPT also has an idea. And we're going to define their most common pain points, their most common objections. These we can all use on our website and in our ads, by the way. And what is stopping them, for example, from achieving their goals? What are their most common interests? What are their biggest fucking fears, right? Why they want their pain points to be solved, so we get their drive behind everything too. Now, once you do this, for example, you see that we are selling to a demographic that is quite young, from 16 to 26 years old, because after you don't really struggle too much with acne anymore. Now, primarily female, so what we can do, for example, once again, just to change the angle up, instead of selling to females, which literally everyone probably would do, we can also just market it only to male, right? We can name it something along the lines of the dude patch, like this, the dude patches, right? The dudepatches.com. I don't even think that exists. Let me just check it out. No, it doesn't exist. Something along the lines would work. Reason being, there's another brand which is called the Dude Robe, which is this one. It is basically a very simple bathrobe that they're selling, but they put the name dude before it, and a lot of the times dudes just literally just associate with it because they think, oh, it's only for dudes, it's only for me, and they feel like something they would buy because it's attacking them from a point where it feels like, oh, it's for dudes. You want to feel like you're in your man cave. You want to feel like you're in your zone as a man, right? So this is the reason why they've been selling. And also, as you can see, they're trying to advertise it of different ways, but it's primarily done to get over that messaging, which is basically selling to dudes which are in a certain age group. And you guys know how guys are. We're going to talk like dudes. We're going to be like dudes. So if you see something like this, it seems cool, you just buy it. Now, what we see, for example, is breakouts appear before important events, which is really, really big because this is something you play on, right? So these are pain points that we can attack. Pimple take forever to go away. Wearing makeup over acne makes it worse, etc., etc. So it doesn't heal. Common objections that they have. Is it really going to work? It's just a sticker. So you can also attack all of these inside of your website, which I always talk about when we make our store is we always go into the 5 drivers. So for example, the pain points, desires, benefits, objections, and filled alternatives. When you mention these, you're basically good to go. Now, we also have pain points outside of skincare, so we can also attack these. Now we see social anxiety, low confidence because of it, etc., etc. Most common interests, you guys see it, TikTok trends. So maybe this one would be a better product on TikTok than it would be on Facebook, for example, right? I don't think so, but could be. And why they want their skin pain to be solved. So what we're going to be doing with this, we're going to be using this, and we're going to be creating our website for it that we're going to be making with Atlas AI. So it's also going to be generated by AI, and we're also going to be creating ads for it with AI, which I will go to in a bit. So let's just get into it. So the first thing what we're going to do here, we're going to take all of these pain points and all of these objections, and what we're going to tell ChatGPT is, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to come here, just take the prompt that we have for the store, I can't take it. There you go. And I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. I'm just going to paste this in here. So what I'm going to do right now, it's basically making it into pain points or bullet points that we can use easier, right? So for example, you can make a headline on your website that's going to say, will it actually work? Or is just a sticker? And then you go into depth on it on your website. Now, the first thing what we're going to do, let this finish. So basically made ChatGPT describe this product on how it is made, and then just gives a whole description. Make it into a prompt, and then all you need to change from this prompt, is basically the name, and then if you want to have a different label, which I also changed, it was a red label, so I changed it to, and then I sent it here to ChatGPT. Then what I did, I went to Sora, I did exactly the same thing. And what I got was this. So basically these pictures of the girl using this product, and then I believe these pictures of the, I took only this one of the product itself. So that is that. Then what we want to do is we want to go to Atlas AI. Once you're in Atlas AI Store Builder, you want to click here on Shopify and then just select your product. So once you find your product, which is here, this one, I'm just going to click on add. Once you click on add, it's going to import all your data. It's going to get everything inside of the store. It's also going to basically put all the text and everything around the product with AI that is going to put around it. Now, we also did our research right here already about that with our basically bullet points that we can use. So for example, these, like, will it actually work? These are the objections. And then what we have here is, or here somewhere it was, yeah, here, fears, is for example acne scars that won't fade, question mark, or acne scars that won't fade, somewhere use that in the text. Or here, the pain points, tried everything, nothing works, question mark, this is the solution, etc, etc. Now once you are here, it uploaded the pictures. You're just going to click on continue. I just made this quick, by the way. I didn't, on the second one, for some reason I forgot to add the pink name, the pinkish name, and then all the pinkish color, and then also the name of the brand, Patchy. I forgot to do that, but hey, it is what it is. So here you select your color. I will go probably with this one here. Yeah, this one looks also pretty nice. And I'm just going to click on launch your store. And then what we're going to have now, it's going to import it to our store. So after the import is done, you can basically edit the full store. So you can add any pictures in there you want. As it says here, like the store has been imported. We're going to click on view your store. It's going to open it up in a new page under themes. So once it's done, you can basically click here on customize for that theme. And what you want to come here and do is you want to click on homepage, you want to click on products, and you want to go to the go to your product that you just made. Now what we have is this, basically it's already done. Now of course it's not perfectly done as we need it to be. It's not perfect as we want it to be. You need to make a couple changes. For example, I would add here a picture of a woman that is, you know, like kind of struggling with some bad skin, and then you could use that. So for example, let's just go do that quickly. So here I just basically searched out 23-year-old woman. Reason being, once you figure out your customer persona, which ours was, when we go back here, which ours was around, I believe, 16 to 26, they said, or ChatGPT said. All right, well, it should be here somewhere. Yeah, 16 to 26 years old, primarily female. Let's also focus on females with this one. So what we have then is, you know, someone in the middle, 23, 22 years old. It'll be perfect. And what you here have, once you put the picture in there, it's just going to add that picture in there, make it a whole lot more believable. And also when we scroll down, you can change these pictures up for the pictures we already had. So I'm just going to click on this because I want straight away like a face picture, so people are actually going to be seeing that. I'm going to click on change, select from library. I'm just going to add this picture in where this woman is smiling. It also looks quite realistic, I'll be honest. If I change this stuff up, it'll look perfectly fine. You know, this does not even look like any bad image. It looks actually quite real, looking pretty professional as well because of the background and the minimalistic stuff. So you can keep editing this. You can change the text, like I said again. So for example, a headlight or a headline you would change. Why choose us? I would come over here and go back to our ChatGPT, which is exactly what we want to do all the fucking time. You want to go back to our research that we made in ChatGPT so you can use it. So for example, what we had, one of the biggest things that they had here is will it work? Seems like a short-term fix, etc. And then I'll just copy this, will it work? And then I would just put this in here, and then I would say over something along the lines, or just change this text up, and then over, I don't know, however many women have gone before you, 6,000 plus women have gone before you, or have have had that exact same thought, right? Exact same thought. They took the leap, and now they're blah, blah, blah. You get the point. They took the leap, and now they are, let's go back to our emotional stuff. Now they are quick fix, confident. Now they are confident. Now they look good effortlessly, right? Perfect. That is what you just go for. Now they look good effortlessly. And then the unique advantages, blah, 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 blah. I would maybe just remove this stuff. Who cares? You could just leave it also, but it feels a bit long. Anyways, you just continue. Keep changing up pictures here and there. Like you see, this shit looks professional as fuck right now. Only thing is you need to keep adding a bit more pictures, and you need to change up the text to our research. So what I would also do, for example, all the way on the top here, I would come here, for example, invisible, gentle, and all skin types, multiple sizes for versatility. I don't think the sizes are going to be really a big thing, right? Because I don't know, I don't see, for busy lifestyles, that's perfect. I don't see many women that are gonna have a fucking huge pimple on their face. So I would say something along the lines of this. Perfect for before events, perfect before big events, just so that it like solves it, etc. Something along those lines, like a quick fix. You just put it on, that's it, and you basically save it. And that is kind of the website. Of course, like I said, once again, you need to go very deep into it. You need to use our 5 drivers: pain points, desires, objections, field alternatives, and their benefits of the product that it has, emotional benefits. That's what you want to jump into. Now, that is basically the store. Now, the most important part is creating ads, or one of the most important parts are going to be creating ads. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to our research tab over here. Then what we want to do here, let me go back to our My Row here. We want to use, again, ChatGPT, and you can go to Get Hooked or Facebook Ads Library. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, where is Get Hooked? I'm going to go to Get Hooked over here. Now, just scroll a little bit. Maybe you'll find something that you can use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be here. Got that. Now, we have 2 things that we need to do when we're going to be creating ads. First one is going to ChatGPT, using our research to make the ads, and then we need to be finding some competitor that we can, inspire ourselves out of, which is going to be from Get Hooked or from the Facebook Ads Library. Either one works. Get Hooked is just a tiny bit easier. So I'm going to go over to Get Hooked. First things first, I've selected the top performance. We want something performing good. Then ad format on image, and then I want to static ad style on reasons why, because it's easier for us to do that. For example, what they have here, right? So that is what I wanted to do. And you can even search running days, minimum 7 days, etc. Language, you can change anything and everything here, right? It's very good. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go scroll down a tiny bit here, and I'm going to try to find something that we can replicate or do with our ads. So what I'm going to do now on Get Hooked, I basically put it on a niche, which is going to be on B2 niche. And a lot of the times when you guys are going to be looking for products or looking for ads to recreate, I would also say go for a niche that is as close to yours as it is. Now, I'm going to be looking for something that would be, suitable for our product, which I think something along these lines here could genuinely do. So I found this one here. I think this one is pretty good to take because it's clean and we can, quite easily just remake it. So I'm going to come over to ChatGPT here. I'm just going to add this picture first, go back to our prompts. Then we have this. I want you to recreate this image, but before you can do that, write out the text and everything that we have according to our research. So I'm just going to paste that in there. Now, once that is pasted in there, it's basically going to, or ChatGPT is basically going to give us a full rundown on how it would describe this, this thing here, and then it would be basically made for our product. So basically, patchy pimple patches, and then as you see, look invisible, act powerful. Right? Oh, that's actually a pretty good hook, to be honest. Looks invisible, acts powerful for our product. That is quite a decent hook, I would say. Then once that is done, we're going to go back to our prompts here. Then we're going to take the last prompt, which is also coming, and this is going to be the prompt that is going to make a prompt for what ChatGPT just said about all of these things. So we're just going to let that make it, and we're just basically going to use that for that picture that we just made. And in the meantime, what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to already go to Sora and make an account here, which is going to be really helpful. Now, we have a clean, minimal, blah, blah, blah. I do want to read through this. Clean, minimal, soft pasta, okay, and shows a realistic female holding a sleek, round jar. Okay, this is something we're going to change. Holding a package or package of patches, or pouch labeled The packaging should be clean, aesthetic, modern, soft lavender, and matte, blah 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 blah. Okay, this is perfect. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw that picture in here, and I'm just going to throw it on, and I'm just going to enter it. Now, while this is going to be making it, it already added this, flattens pimples overnight, calms redness, etc. We're going to go back to Sora here. I'm going to put that exact same thing in there, and I'm going to add our image that we just downloaded. Okay, it doesn't add. We just copy image and then go back to Sora once again and just yank that in there. And after that is done, we're just going to wait until this loads up, and then we're going to click on remix. Now, once you click on remix, what Sora does is a bit better than ChatGPT itself here, right here. What Sora does is it creates 4 images at the same time. So it kind of creates the same image, like it doesn't change that much, right? But I'll show you guys what I did before with the girls or with the women. Like you see, it creates these, like it looks kind of similar, but also not at the same time. Now, with this, with women holding it like this, it's perfect because you can take 3 or 4 different pictures that you can use. For example, these 2 don't look like exactly the same woman, right? So you can take that and use that on your website, for example, right? And now, while this is creating, ChatGPT is also creating it, so we're just going to wait until it's done. All right, so this is what ChatGPT created, which looks quite decent in my opinion. Now, then we have the Sora one, which looks even better. So in my opinion, I would, for example, go for the third one or for the second one. I think the third one actually looks the best out of these. Maybe the first one also, but I don't know. I like the third one the most personally. Fourth one is also quite nice. So the fourth one has the only thing why I don't like the fourth one is because of the text here. It doesn't say 24, and the hand looks a bit less realistic than the third one. Either the third one or the fourth one I would go for, but these are even ads that you can run right now for this product, and that is how simple it is. So all you need to do is just follow the prompts and follow everything that I just basically showed you guys, and what you can have is literally a market and a product that you find and do with ChatGPT. Do some research on Amazon, find a solution, go angle your product that's going to be different than anyone else, or use it for a different product, and then you're going to create your store using Atlas AI and creating your ads also using ChatGPT and Get Hooked or Facebook Ads Library. Now, if that was very helpful to you and you would like more stuff like this and also a one-on-one guidance, then I've got my coaching for you where we take you literally from 0 to at least 100K within 4 months, and we just scale your store with giving you all the knowledge and all the guidance that you need, just like these guys here. Now, it does come with investment, so if you don't have any investment to go into it, then I would say just lay it off. Don't even fill out the form. If this sounds like something you would like though, there is a form down below in the description on how you can also get to 100K months, 30K days, 50K months, or 16K days, just like these guys here. So go fill out that form below, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side.